Hi guys and girls on YouTube, and welcome to my channel. Have you noticed these days that people are so quick to throw things away? And behind me I've got this 32-inch Bush TV. It's a typical example, this. Now the garage down the road's just brought this in. Well, he actually brought it in yesterday, and he said, do you want this old TV for spares? And I said, well, yeah, it's in nice condition. I said, what's wrong with it? And he said, well, we were sitting in the living room watching it, and said, and then there was a big bang like a firecracker going off, and smoke came out the back, and he said, you just keep it for spares and we'll go and buy a new one. I said, why? I said, I can repair that. You know, it's a big bang. It can only be the power supply blown up. It's a Vestel. Parts are readily available. They're ridiculously cheap for Vestel, for genuine parts. So why would you want to throw it away and buy a new one? And he ended up saying, well, actually, we've hardly used it. And I said, well, that's all the more reason. If you've hardly used it, that's more reason to have it repaired than just waste money buying a new one. So let's take a quick look at this. I'm sure it won't be a very big job, but let's just whip the back off and have a quick look. What's happened? I would suspect that a diode's shorted on the secondary, and the primary side of the power supply is blown up. But I've got all the parts in for these. I can fix this in like 10-15 minutes. Right, so I've got the back off. The model number is a Bush DLED 32165HD. So this is quite old, but if you look at that, there's no dust in it. It's just like, it looks just like brand new. In fact, we'll tell how much use it's had when we get it on and we check the service menu. But so I've got the back off. Let's have a look at the power supply. And it is just as I thought. One of these diodes is shorted out, and the power supply are blown up. So put a meter on one of them. They're in parallel. We only need to measure one. And there you go. Look, we've got a dead short. Right, so if you look at that, there's no physical damage on the power supply because it's all surface mounted. We're going to need 4 diodes here, a new fuse, and then whatever's on the back that's gone. Chopper control IC, MOSFET, transistor, perhaps some surface mounted components. There you go, look, a big burn there. You can see where your firecracker noise has come from. There's a load of surface mounted resistors there burnt up. So we just changed them, that. Them 4 diodes on the back, them 3 diodes there, and I think down here somewhere there's a diode that'll need changing as well. But yeah, I mean, why would you throw that away for just a simple fault? Right, so that's all me semiconductors assembled. I just need to look out the surface mount resistors now. There's 5 there, they're all in parallel. There's a little bit of print damage there, but that doesn't matter because they're all in parallel, so we could put that resistor somewhere else or put it side of that. There'd be a 10 ohm resistor here. We need, is it 10 or 100? I can't remember without getting the service manual, but we'll need that as well. Right, so let's just look out the resistors now and we'll get all these parts in. Right, so that's it. That is all the faulty parts removed there. As you can see, we've just got blank spaces where everything goes. All we've got to do now is put all the new bits on. The board's already been cleaned up with some flux remover. Just put the new bits on. That's the damaged print there, and away we go again. Right, now it turns I've run out of these very low value resistors and the current sensing circuit for the MOSFET, but I'll show you a little tip you can do. All these resistors are in parallel, and presumably they just use surface mounts to make up the right value and to lower the cost. You can actually fit a through hole component. So you see that there and that there. If we desolder that, we can put a resistor on the top of the board rather than surface mounted. That's it there. Just desolder, where's it gone, there and there, and then if we turn over we're going to fit a resistor in that place there where it says R97 instead of the surface mounted ones. There we go. Just like that. And there we go. Board's all been cleaned up, ready to go back in. Let's try it out. Right, so that's it. Telly's all up and running. Let's just have a quick look how many hours it's done. Just put it in the service mode. And that's the lifetime there. 48,184. So we divide that by 60. 48,184. And the answer is 803 hours. So it's not even done 1,000 hours as TV. And when you consider it was bringing it in here for scrap so I could use it for spare parts, what a waste that would have been. I mean, you can tell just by looking at the set it's virtually not been used. But that is unfortunately one of the problems these days. People would rather just chuck something away than have it repaired. Which you know, if you're a bit older like I am, I grew up in a society where you repaired everything. And if somebody brought something to me and I couldn't repair it 30 years ago, they wouldn't just chuck it away. They'd take it to another shop and get a second opinion on it. But I mean, look at that. Absolutely perfect. Could last years and years, this now. There we go, guys and girls. Not really a repair video. Somebody's going to say in the comments, oh, I'd like to see more about that repair. I actually covered this exact power supply blow up in another video a couple of years ago, if you want to look through my back videos. And that's why I've not gone into great detail. It's not really a repair video, this. It's just a rant that people are unnecessarily throwing perfectly good things away that can very easy be repaired with just a handful of components. Alright, guys and girls on YouTube, many thanks for watching my video, and I'll catch you in the next one then. Goodbye.